Welcome to the 2025 race season. This is the VDCA Wild Hare Run at VIR. It's the first round of the Formula Ford Challenge Series also. This is race number 1. It's Saturday morning. It's a little earlier in the morning, so track is very cold. One thing I'd like to note, typically at this track we get to pay a lot of attention to wind direction. You can see the growth on the trees is less than what we usually see this time of year, so we're not really getting any visual aids as a driver, which is going to prove a little tricky today. The wind, as we discussed later in this session, is a little gustier than usual. But to the outside of me, we've got Doug Meese and his Lola 342, and right behind in the mirror there, we've got Tim Hannon and his Crossley. Coming up to the green, and there it is. It's green flag out. Now, I started that a little faster than I probably should. Lost a little advantage, but we'll see if my driving can improve through the weekend. All right, we got cleanly through there. Doug left me some room. Not a lot of grip for any of us. So, cold tires. Tried to work them on the outlap, but you can see there's a lot of wheel movement here. There's just not a lot of feedback, and everything's cold. Everything's cold. But let's see what we can do. Try and put together a decent first lap and see where everything lands. That was okay out of Oak Tree for the first lap. Oak Tree's a lot more difficult since they removed the tree. You have no reference point coming in there, and it's actually a really kind of blind area and small turning zone. It kind of plateaus. It's kind of tricky. Watch that understeer. You're going to find that's a bit of a trend here during this session. It's going to take a while to determine if it's driver, car, conditions, or a combination of both. But that was pretty severe understeer. Tires are in good shape. They've only got a race weekend or two on them, so they should be in their fast window. So it looks like we had Tim Hannon right there coming up on us. It's pretty good in the brakes. Very capable driver. Got a caution up here in turn 4. Alright, so we're going to have kind of a big moment here in turn 10. I think we caught a tailwind a little bit. We usually get like a head and side wind up here, but the car just didn't feel right at turn in. And we fought it the whole way and got a little more curve than I wanted to, and just didn't work out. Flubbed that one a little bit. Not as bad as the first lap though. But at the time I wasn't really sure that it was a tailwind. I can't tell you the last time I caught a tailwind. Alright, so Tim had a better run out of Oak Tree. We want to get that pass over with pretty quickly. Looks like Doug's along as well. thinking this might be a 3-car race. So we're going to make laps and just kind of try to evaluate who's good where and see if we need to develop a plan. So we're a little quicker through there. Tim's better on the brakes. I really held Doug up there. I overslowed for that corner. It's really in reflecting on the weekend. It's got me thinking I may try a taller first gear so I don't overslow as much for some of these. Really not a car issue, but just a driving style issue. And if those are my habits, we'll try and tune the car around it. By. Appreciate it. Letting us come through clean. All right. We're definitely faster through turn 10, which is a tricky corner that, seat time makes a big deal on. Again, Tim was clean through Oak Tree, so I think he's going to be able to consistently hit that. We got a little bit of a draft this lap, but again, with the wind kind of swirly, the draft was a little inconsistent this session. When it would pick up and how far back it would go compared to your typical VIR sessions. Tim gave me a point by and lifted there. We can be as fast as we hope as possible for both of us here. I'm really not worried about apex in that last corner. Just get a nice steady arc. We're definitely quicker through that section. So it looks like turn 10 and from roller coaster on down is our advantage. I mean, we get Tim's all over us. Way better on the brakes into one. It's like Doug's on him too. So for me, that was a pretty good corner, and Tim's still all over me. So it tells me I really need to watch this first sector, because he's much better through there than I am. From the upper S's, I'd say we're pretty neutral here. Nobody really has an advantage once we come past the bridge there. It's a turn. Let's see if I can keep a gap again. Just a little bit, probably half car length through there. Still not getting the grip through Oak Tree I really would like on the left side. I'd like to not have to use that access bit. Tim had a good run, so pointing by and lift and get our side-by-side time as small as possible. Doug still caught enough of a whiff of that to hang with us. And Doug's quick through here too. Tim was pretty good that time. So we still got a little slight advantage that lap, but we're just gonna sit here, get a little fresh air. I'm going to see if he can tow me around through his strength section here. just opening up the gap, really, really hooked up through there, and good execution. I did not enter that well. I rolled out of the brakes a little incorrectly through there, screwed up turn 4 the same way. So this is really sloppy driving on my end. If we don't get it together, we won't have a shot at the finish. So these guys aren't making mistakes. It helped me out. He caught a lap car in my strong section, so that brought me back into the fold. Doug made it through as well. Tim got a little held up there. So no fault to the lap car, just how it worked. Let's see if we can use this to our advantage. Again, Tim lifted. No sense in slowing us both down any longer than need be. So again, this is my strong area, so he's going to see if he can follow me through here and get a little bit of advantage going into one. He's a chess player as well behind the wheel, so I know he's starting to develop a plan and a strategy too. So we've got a caution. There's a car disabled there on the right, so this is be a no passing zone, so that limits some opportunities. So we'll just make a note of that for later in the race. Actually would have worked to our advantage had Tim gone around us on the front stretch there, so we could follow him through his strong section. That's John Gaither back in his E10 for this weekend. You don't know anything about him. He's an old school, real legendary zinc racer. And the prior owner to the car we're riding with now. Tim got a good run out of the lower S's, so we don't want to ruin that head of speed. See another caution here. Caution through turn 10. Whew. Somebody's out there, boy, they might need a new driver's suit. That's a not fun area to go off, but going off to the right is definitely the right thing to do there. Pretty big understeer there. I don't think I stayed on the brakes well at my turn in. I think I actually let off the brakes a little early and unloaded the left front and then went to turn in. So that was sloppy driving. It's really not a lot of tuning we're going to be able to do to fix those kind of fundamental errors in driving. So I just need to tighten up and be a little wiser. All right, I'm going to be able to get a decent exit out of here. Got a good run. I want him leading into turn 1. Oh, looks like the checkers are out early. It's okay. Wonderful race. Congratulations to Tim. First race of the weekend.